The Red Sox are out in a great Pacific Northwest to begin a 6-game trip to Seattle and Colorado. But regardless of the ballpark, the losses keep piling up, and Sonny Gray did not pull punches when discussing a 4th loss in a row and a sweep by Toronto.
Speak on behalf of the group, but I can speak on behalf of myself, and it's very frustrating. We're not good. We're just not a good team right now, and that's just a fact.
That's putting a very serious point on it. Dave, Lou, and Jemai with you here tonight from Seattle. Thanks so much for tuning in. The U.S. men's soccer team won a huge match here earlier in this city today. They have had an amazing month of June, and Lou, the Boston Red Sox certainly have not.
No, they haven't. And, we keep talking about these next 2 weeks are going to be very important for this club. Well, we said it 2 weeks ago. And it hasn't been going well. What Sonny Gray said should not offend any teammates. It is a fact. This team is yet to get going. They're yet to prove they can win 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. You look at the month of June, it looks a lot like April, where the batting average is what it is. The runs per game, you're 26th in baseball, hit a couple more home runs, but you're still really not getting on base or slugging. The ERA, middle of the pack for this baseball team. So the reality is there's a lot of teams in baseball right now that are watching you and hoping you continue to lose 2 out of 3 every single series, because there's some guys on this roster they'd love to add.
Left-hander Ranger Suarez has not tasted a win himself since the end of April. He has the ball tonight at T-Mobile Park here in Seattle, and the Red Sox try to get back into the win column. It's Game 1. Sox-Mariners on the way next. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Audi. Visit your New England area Audi dealer today. WB Mason, get free next day business delivery from your local hometown team, and by buyatoyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit buyatoyota.com. Photography courtesy of one Jemai Webster, multi-talented. That's Jemai on his way to the ballpark on a scooter today. You weren't the only busy bee in town, were you, Jemai?
That's true, Dave. Not too bad for an old photographer back in the day. The city's been electric to be around here and be in Seattle, and we saw the show that Boston had put on with the World Cup, but here in Seattle, it's the World Cup on U.S. soil for the first time since 1994, and I had a chance to walk and scoot around the city, as you just saw, but Red Sox reliever Tommy Kahnle was one of the chosen few to actually see the event live and in person, and we talked with him about the experience.
So I went through my agency, and I think they contacted MLB, and I think MLB was in contact with FIFA, and then eventually FIFA was able to give me a comp ticket, so it was pretty cool. I was up in one of the suites. I didn't know that was even the case.
Oh, my goodness.
I was right next to Paulo Banchero.
Oh, my goodness. So I think I might have seen you on TV, actually. So
buddies at home were taking a picture, like, bro, did we just see you? I was like, yeah, that was me.
So how would you describe your World Cup experience?
So far, awesome. I mean, it's been unbelievable, especially now after going to the U.S. game. That was the holy grail. So I would love to try to get to another one, but I don't know if the stars align for a U.S. game. But I know we have an off day in Anaheim when there's a game going on. So I think a lot of us may try to catch that one. But overall, this experience has been incredible. That pop that went off and they scored that first goal was incredible. It was deafening in the stadium.
Kahnle already plotting the next move. Not just a casual fan. He was locked in with Team USA for more than a decade. Even spent time with Team USA star Folarin Balogun during spring training. Hopefully some of the energy from the World Cup can be injected into this series from here in Seattle. The first of 3 with Ranger Suarez on the bump for the Red Sox coming up after this. Dave and Lou on the mic in just a bit.
Red Sox baseball on NESN, brought to you by Subaru of New England. Love, it's what makes Subaru Subaru. By Plymouth Rock Auto and Home Insurance for Boston sports fans, and by Nissan. Hurry in and bring home a winning deal at the Nissan Summer Sales Event. A couple of moments away from the first pitch here inside T-Mobile Park. The weather once again absolutely gorgeous. A sunny, beautiful day. It was great for the soccer match, and going to be beautiful tonight as well. It seems like every time the Red Sox come here, the weather is like this. And the lie that people in Seattle keep telling you is, no, it's rainy. It rains a lot here. You can't move here. All it does is rain. I think they do that to keep fans from Los Angeles from becoming Seattle home buyers. They like it this way.
I always love coming here. It's a beautiful ballpark, beautiful part of the country. When you get days like we've got here for these 3 days, it doesn't get much better. Just go down by the water, hang out, and of course the World Cup. It's been electric here in a couple days.
Sure has. Red Sox lineup tonight brought to you by Plymouth Rock. Now Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is starting at short. He's a late scratch with a left forearm inflammation issue. So Marcelo Meyer, who flew in to Seattle today, has been under the weather a little bit, but he will play short tonight. Contreras in the 4-hole and trying to get hot again.
Time now for the Mariners starting pitcher, presented by WB Mason. It's the 27-year-old Bryce Miller, and he has been fantastic since he's come off the IL with the left oblique. Late start to the season, but he's got an electric fastball, 97 miles an hour. He uses a lot, elite spin, elite carry. It's a tough one, splitter, slider to go with it, and he'll mix in the other 4 as well. Defensively, for the Mariners, Weston Wilson will be at third base with Emerson and Young up the middle. Josh Naylor at first. Victor Robles will be in left field. Rodriguez in center with Canzone in right. Cal Raleigh behind the plate.
Checking on the umpires tonight for game number 1, presented by M&T Bank. Steve Yashinsky has home plate. Paul Clemens at first. Adrian Johnson, the crew chief, at second. Quinn Walcott makes the calls at third. We're available. The telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP brought to you by Toyota Certified Used Vehicles. Weather forecast, Mount Rainier right there looking back at us. It is spectacular. Clear skies, left to right with a wind at just 7 miles per hour. And the sun is going to take its own sweet time setting here in the great Pacific Northwest. Red Sox trying to pin down that elusive 30th win of the year. They have dropped 8 of their last 10. Remember, they had the 10-run game against Texas, but in the other 9 games, they've scored a total of 24 runs. They scored 4 total runs in the 3 losses to Toronto, and they're facing one of the better pitching staffs in baseball starting tonight. And Bryce Miller, part of a tandem along with Luis Castillo. It's an interesting idea they're using. The right-hander, 3-0. 1.54 ERA, and his first one tonight to Mickey Gasper. And ball 1 run away.
Well, as I mentioned, Miller started the year. He had left oblique strain. And in the meantime, young prospect Emerson Hancock came up here and threw the ball so well for them.
Mickey batting .269 is a DH tonight.
They sort of, they don't want to go with a 6-man rotation. For some reason, everybody loves 6-mans. It doesn't work. Kills a bullpen. So instead, listen, they got some arms, keep them fresh, keep them healthy. They start doing this piggyback thing, and they're going to kind of rotate a couple of starters here and there, limit some innings, limit some work.
2-0. And popped up behind third down the left field line. Robles charging right along the line and puts on the brakes. He's got it for the first out. Mariners are celebrating Juneteenth by wearing their Steelheads uniforms tonight. Steelheads in Seattle, members of the West Coast Negro Baseball League in 1946. And they were historically important as the top Negro League team to ever play in the Pacific Northwest.
I kind of like the unis.
Yeah.
They look good.
1 down for Cedar Rafael at 287 with 7 home runs. He'll take ball 1.
And Miller's got one of the best fastballs in the game. Guys hitting 176 off of it. It's 97. It's got elite spin and movement. It just doesn't fall to where you think you're going to make contact. It kind of has that continual rise late. A lot of guys swing underneath of it like that. It's that split slider to go with it for the most part.
He's coming off an 8-inning 10-2 win over Washington. Threw the ball exceptionally well there. And the 1-1. It disappeared. That four-seamer at 96. 1-2.
It's funny, this piggyback thing, because there was one game where he basically was like 5 2/3 1-hit ball shutout, and they pulled him. Low pitch counts they want to do with Castillo. It's like the guy's rolling. He just, like you said, came off an outing, 8 innings. Which also kind of mentally can probably just in your mind let it eat a little bit, right? For 4 or 5.
Yeah. Throwing in the upper 90s. High fly ball, pretty well hit. Rodriguez back though with room to make the catch. 2 up, 2 down for the Sox. Wilyer Abreu has been scuffling, about to step in. Red Sox just swept by Toronto. It's the 5th time this season the Red Sox have been swept by an opponent. They are 1 loss short of their longest losing streak, tying their longest one of the year, 5 in a row. And you will earn it against this pitching staff. Well, you're down to 274 with 8 home runs.
Oh, we said it before too. The sweeps kill you. Can't get swept. They've been swept 5 times. If you don't get swept, that's 5 more wins, right? You got to get a game.
They say 5 wins. That's a lot, man.
It is.
It totally changes so many things. Fly ball into center. And another play for Rodriguez. And the Red Sox will go quickly in the 1st inning here in Seattle. We check on the Seattle Mariners lineup presented by Xfinity, and old buddy Rob Refsnyder is going to lead things off. DH. Cal Raleigh just recently off the IL. What a load he was a year ago. And Julio Rodriguez with 13 home runs. Talented center fielder, all up against the lefty Ranger Suarez. 2 and 3, 321 earned run average. And Refsnyder will take ball 1.
Red Sox starting pitcher presented by BuyAToyota.com. Ranger Suarez takes the mound, his 14th appearance. The record of only 2 and 3 with that 3.21 ERA. Check out his pitching arsenal. He's got the sinker. He's going to run at about 91 or so with the 4-seam fastball. Good cutter, changeup. Got a curveball in there. It's a good swing and miss pitch for him. We may see more of those today because of this left-handed lineup from the Mariners.
Refsnyder always so good against left-handers.
Not this year.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out what's going on up here in Seattle. He's only hitting 151 with a 500 OPS versus lefties.
In play at short, Meyer, who's been under the weather, guns and gets him. And 1 fast out in front of Cal Raleigh.
Check out the Red Sox defense presented by Car Shield. Caleb Durbin is at 3rd base. It'll be Meyer and Monasterio up the middle with Contreras at 1st. Outfield left to right is Duran, Rafael, and Abreu with Carlos Narvaez doing the catching.
So Marcelo not feeling great. He wasn't going to play tonight. Wasn't going to start for sure. IKF down with a forearm issue. Raleigh hitting 164 with 7 home runs. Just came off the IL. Guy who had 60 home runs last year. Most ever by a Seattle Mariner, the most ever by a Major League catcher, the most ever by a switch hitter in Major League history.
Great year. Not the same year right now, that's for sure.
Went chasing up top. 1 and 2.
He's another guy against lefties. He's hitting 152 with 1 extra base hit. You know, last year he hit 22 home runs against lefties and slugged 681. Another guy not hitting lefties like he has in the past.
One down, base is clean. Think about the great switch hitters in Major League history. First guy comes to mind is Mickey Mantle. Most Mick ever hit was 54, 1961. It was a career high. This guy hit 60 last year. Down he goes on a soft one. Nice curveball to get him. 2 down. Time now for working on a win presented by the Home Depot. To lose point, these guys against lefties just 216. There are 30 teams in Major League Baseball. These guys are 29th in that category.
Yeah, and last in OPS. Not just all Refsnyder and Cal Raleigh, although those 2 guys really below their careers against lefties, but you haven't seen many of them. They're going to see 3 here this series.
Julio Rodriguez, talented center fielder, 249 with 13 home runs. And he can steal you a base too. No score in the 1st. Seattle won the American League West last season for the first time since 2001. They had a magical year. Took Toronto to Game 7 of the World Series. And most of that team came back. So expectations very high here for another October run. 2-1 from Ranger. And struck him out. Should say strike 2. Sorry. Count 2-2. I got excited about that.
He did. I just feel like a lot of people look at this Seattle team, and I like the fact they're piggybacking, giving some guys some rest now, because it's their division to win. It's the best team in this West, in my opinion. The A's are a good ball club.
Yeah, A's can beat you. They can hit in there for strike 3 to sit him down, and that's a called third strike as Rangers zips through the first inning. Welcome to the Surfside second inning back in Seattle. No score after 1. Contreras will lead it off against Bryce Miller. Then Duran and then Caleb Durbin. Caleb was hitting in the 7 spot initially, but he moved up 1 slot when Meyer went in the lineup to hit 7. So that was the only alteration from an earlier lineup. And the 0-1 on the way to Wilson. Flicked that one foul. He had a great series against Texas, not so great against Toronto, but nobody did.
No, it was a weird homestand for him. Texas, he was 7 for 12 with 5 extra base hits and 3 home runs in 3 games. Toronto, 1 for 12, 7 strikeout. Oh, 1 homestand.
Swung right through that one for strike 3. First K in the book for Miller. Will come right at you.
You know, in the end, if you put the 6 together, it's still 333 with 3 homers, so it's a nice homestand.
Really.
But there's been a lot of this, as I mentioned. 1 for 12 against Toronto with 7 Ks. There's another one there with that fastball, but he's got a good one. It just, you know what? It never ends in this league. You're just going to face guys. Face dudes every single night, and Bryce Miller's one of them.
Duran will check in at 210 with a dozen home runs. The Seattle starting rotation leads the majors in strikeouts. So you may see a lot of swing and miss the next few days.
And they all have confidence in the heater. Castillo, all these guys, Wu, Gilbert, Miller. They have good fastballs. They use it and they get swing and miss on it.
Breaking ball missing there. Check out tonight's home run odds presented by FanDuel. Duran and Durbin hitting 5 and 6. Caleb with a home run against Toronto the other day, and it just felt like, I think we all felt the same way, like, well, these are the kind of games the Red Sox have won in the past. They haven't won any of them this year, but it felt like they were about to win that game.
Yeah, back-to-back homers, 3-3. Chapman on the mound put up a 0. Just didn't happen.
Did not happen. The pop-up goes uncaught. There's a double off the wall. All of a sudden, you're looking up at the Blue Jays. You lose the game. Popped up off third, foul, out of play.
A little hesitation there from Miller. Really kind of messing with Duran. You see that because his timing too, with its toe tap, leg kick, it did mess with Duran here a little bit as well. He kind of held it as Duran tapped, and he actually re-tapped again. Just a little pause in that delivery.
Duran had a little grin. 1-2 from Miller. Talk about Miller and Castillo and this tandem thing they're doing here. We'll see how long it lasts. It's been successful, though. They've combined to go 2-1 with a 167 the 3 times they've done it. 2-2. The bat split on a foul ball. And Jaron's got to do a little housekeeping.
Well, it's also one of those mentalities when you know this is happening. If you're the Red Sox, it's all right, you know, get a good pitch and hit it, because even if he dominates us, it's 5 innings and get rid of him. You know, it's not like you're trying to work a pitch count up. It's not like you're trying to get to 100 pitches. Like, he can go 555 and walk out of this game and bring in Castillo, which has got to be hard if you're Seattle, right? Take a guy out.
It's locked in, low pitch count. We'll see where he is.
And 2 high-quality starters.
Yeah.
It's not like you're using an opener for an inning or 2, and then you bring in the bulk guy. That's not what this is about.
No. This is about a little mid-season breather. He's just coming off the IL.
Check swing. He did go. It's going to be strike 3. Duran fans. And 2 down in the second. Time now for the mobile performance.
That was it. That's the game. That's a home run that tied it. It was 3-2 at the time. It was back-to-back right after IKF had gone deep. The Savage throwing the ball great. A couple of solo shots. It was a tie ball game at the time. And at that point, it felt like you were going to have a nice little comeback win for the first time really all year.
He swings. It's a high fly ball. That's deep to left field. Robles is back. He's at the wall. He's leaping up, and it's gone. Durbin strikes again. Red Sox take the lead on a solo shot by Caleb Durbin. That's 4 home runs in the last 7 games for him.
After hitting 1 in the first 59. It just looks so different with this kid. Like that one there, he probably would have got deep earlier in the season. Maybe rolled over to third base. Now he's getting the hands through. The ball is up. He's through it. And he's driving the baseball in the air.
Yeah, that Red Sox home run presented by New England area Audi dealers. As Marcelo Meyer swings for the first time tonight, back to this cut.
Just getting the extension, right? Point of contact. He was getting it really deep, and because of that, that down angle and that swing, a lot of ground balls. Now the hands are getting free. The hands are getting out. He's hitting the ball in the air.
So the Red Sox strike first here, 1-0 in Seattle. Caleb Durbin coming to life a little bit with that bat. Solo home run in the 8th inning against Toronto yesterday. So that's back-to-back at bats for him. And fouled away by Marcelo.
Yeah, that home run yesterday too broke a little 0 for 16. Right, there was like a 3-week span where you're like, oh my God, he's hitting like 350. And then there was that 0 for 16. You're like, oh no. But then the home run last night, the home run here today, first at bat.
So 2 down and a 1-2 on the way to Meyer. So flick that one out of play. Red Sox are here for 3, then on to Colorado for 3.
Yeah, Tracy before the game talking about just him being ill. He traveled today to get here, but obviously the late scratch, he had to get in there. But he said he felt better today. Was probably going to be available at some point. Just had to put him in the start lineup.
Yeah, it's true of athletes ever since we've been covering athletes. Every once in a while, a guy might be under the weather, might be sick as a dog. Sometimes they play great.
Well, sometimes in an ambush when you're not really prepared to play and you're struggling at the plate, that's the kind of game you can have. Swing it.
2-2.
Yeah, you're struggling.
Yep.
You're not swinging it well like you know you can. Next thing you know, you find yourself in the game in the first inning, there's an injury, and you just stop thinking. You stop waking up thinking about it. You just go out and play the game, and it can help clear your head.
2-2. Nudge that one. Foul. Narvaez on deck. Nobody aboard. 2 down. And a 2-2 again. And again, he'll spoil it. On a splitter.
He gets a lot of splits. Miller hasn't even shown it all that much. Right? Fastballs for the most part. And then all of a sudden Marcelo comes up, and then you're going to see a split. You're going to see the changeup. That's how the league attacks him.
He's had a lengthy at bat here. This is the 9th pitch. It'll go deeper still. 3-2. Connolly early has the ball tomorrow night at 10:10. Peyton told he'll go on Sunday afternoon before the Red Sox depart for Denver, Colorado, and Coors Field. 3-2 coming. And in there for strike 3. So he strikes out 3 in the inning, but Durbin gets him to make it 1-0.
Tune in tomorrow night, 9:30 for Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by Plymouth Rock, and get the latest Red Sox news, plus a full preview of the pitching matchup between Connolly Early and Emerson Hancock. Only on NESN, streaming on NESN 360.
Spectacular night here in Seattle. Red Sox have a 1-0 lead on the Durbin home run, and here's Naylor. Josh Naylor, and then Canzone, and then Young up against Ranger Suarez. Got him 1-2-3 in the first with a couple of punch outs. Naylor 253, 8 home runs, a threat to steal a base too.
Well, Red Sox 20-11 when they score first. We know what it's like for this team when they're down 2, you know, when you're down 3. So get one on the board, and then you can start manufacturing some runs and let Ranger go do his thing.
We ran a clip of Sonny Gray, who pitched well again. He has all season long, but pretty despondent over another Red Sox defeat. 2-1 pitch. We ran that clip when we came on the air today, and I thought your comment was right on the money. There's not a guy in that clubhouse that can look at Sonny Gray and go, what are you talking about? I'm not talking about me. You're not talking about. He was discussing just how poorly the club has played. He said it's a bad ball club. That's in there for strike 3. Doesn't mean that's always going to be the case. Hopefully he'll start winning some ball games, but doesn't feel that way right now.
Right. Yeah. And, you know, by the way, really nice pitch here. A little sinker away. It just freezes him after that slow curveball from Suarez. But he's right. You know, I mean, we've been talking about this team needing to get going for a couple of weeks now, and it's been a struggle as he undoes that baseball. You know, you're 4-10 in the month of June. You know, at some point, it's got to be like, listen, I know we keep talking about how we got to win, but now we really do. You know, and hear a veteran guy talk like that.
Chopper along first, but foul.
It's funny, like players, they know what's going on. They know they're not playing well. They know they struggle offensively. But I can tell you from experience, as a guy in that clubhouse, I don't want to hear you talk about it. I don't want to hear you say it. I don't want to hear the media. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see you read it in print.
Sure.
We could feel that way. But when you hear other people say it, it's sort of like, I don't know, it's just a weird dynamic from a player, I guess, because they know.
They are in tune with all of it. And often what everybody says about him, too. That can't be helped. That's human nature.
It doesn't change the effort. It doesn't change the work.
Right.
These guys come in here and they're determined. You see them every day. They're taking extra this, extra that, trying to figure this thing out. And then game doesn't go well. You show up the next day, you put in the extra work.
1-2 and a check swing by Canzone, a 288 hitter with 11 home runs.
He's been hot, but hasn't really faced much left. He's just 3 for 12, but they've got a few guys down and banged up and hurt and kind of forcing, what, 5 lefties in this lineup?
Just got Crawford back, just got Cal Raleigh back. Rosarena's out with a knee, and they have a couple of other guys banged up right now. It's been a tough year for them physically, but they are in first place. They have a game and a half lead over the Athletics. Swing and a miss. Down he goes, strike 3. That is 4 consecutive Ks for Ranger, and 2 away in the second.
Well, another good breaking ball. You could see more breaking balls in the arsenal here from Suarez, as I said, with these lefties in there, and it's working right now. And what also working with him and Narvaez. Tracy's talked about putting Connor Wong with Sonny Gray. Well, today he was talking about putting this man right here with Ranger Suarez and what they've been getting going here the last 7 starts.
Second baseman Young looks at a strike. Just to finish the thought about what Sonny was saying and that dynamic in the clubhouse, they all know no one is going to feel sorry for them. This is the big leagues, and nobody feels sorry for you. And you know, you and I were chatting before the game. Everybody around baseball is dying for the Red Sox to lose 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4.
Yeah, they are. They want them. They, you know, think about if you're a team right now in first place, you're looking at who are sellers. They want you to lose.
1-1 crack to the right side. Monasterio there at second base tonight, and another 1-2-3 for Ranger Suarez.
Back here in Seattle, Red Sox on top 1-0 in the top of the 3rd inning, and you guys were just talking about Carlos Narvaez and Ranger Suarez working as a tandem today. How much Chad Tracy liked that. And the players, the playing time, I should say, with the 3 catchers has been what it is. They've been mixing it in with all 3 of those guys getting involved. And Narvaez has been in search of some of the form he showed in 25 as far as offensively. And he's hitting just 207, 3 RBI. And I asked Chad Tracy what would help him get him going there, because the catching has remained top tier. But offensively, he said, it sounds pretty simple, but just to have a game or 2 where you have some success, that can spark some things and that can build. And that's what Narvi is in search of, guys.
Tough season for him so far. You can tell by the numbers, and he's talked about his lack of playing time and the fact that he was a leader a year ago. Certainly felt that way. I think the Red Sox felt that way about him too. He stings that one, but foul. But when you're not playing, it's difficult to be a leader.
Played 4 games in June. Really hard to get going offensively when you play 4 games in June. With the limited playing time, he is still 4th in baseball, blocks above average, tied for 5th in fielding run value behind home plate. Those are cumulative numbers. Playing less and still being top 4 tells you what he is defensively. We know what he was last year. To me, he needs to catch 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5 days. Then maybe you get the bat going.
Sure.
Because you get more playing time.
Yep. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out. Another K in the book. And that is 4 of the last 5 for Miller. In between there, he gave up a home run to Durbin. And 1 away.
His last start was against DeGrom. It's Miller.
Monasterio will climb in 234, a couple of home runs. And then the top of the order, Mickey Gasper. Red Sox coming into Seattle at 29-43. It matches their worst start through 72 games in the divisional era. That is back to 1969. Red Sox began the 1996 season at 29-43, but that team rebounded and went 85-77. That was 96. 1 ball, 1 strike. As you know, Red Sox have been pretty good, decent on the road. 17-18. It's the 4th best road record in the American League. But a major league worst, 12-25 at home.
Yeah, if you had a similar record at home as you do on the road, even if you're a game under, are you tied for the wild card? Right? I mean, 2 games under, isn't that kind of where Toronto is, in that area of half game out?
That's right.
You can't win at home.
At short and by the diving Emerson. Be a base hit for Monasterio. So he's on with 1 down in the 3rd.
Well, nice job hitting this slider. Threw a couple fastballs by him, kind of maybe gave him a break, but you will take it.
Top of the order, and Gasper is 0 for 1, a fly to left.
You know, now with that 1-0 lead, now you try to get get guys going a little bit. Monasterio has only got 1 bag thrown out 3 times, so maybe not. But Cal Raleigh's not throwing the ball well at all. Pop time over 2.
Gasper getting a chance to hit lefty tonight. Runner at first, 1 away. We'll see if Tracy does play a little bit of a different style here when he has the opportunity. He's up, as is the case right now. Red Sox have enough guys who can run. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, Mickey keeps giving you good at bats. You know, 2 for 4 in that last game. Had a little stretch where he was struggling before that. So the at bats are there. Like him and Yoshida, I think you need 1 of them on the bench. Right, just have that left-handed bat late in the game for pinch hitting. So then you DH him, swinging it.
Red Sox stranded only 2 runners yesterday after leaving a season high 13 on base in the previous 2 games each. That is hard to do, to leave that many guys on base in 2 games. It feels like it's almost impossible. You can't get runs in.
Yeah, and then yesterday we go 0 for 5, right? So it's still just I mean, 1 for 29, a 3-game series. But when you only leave 2 guys on, you long for the day where you left 11. At least you had guys on.
Yes.
Yesterday, you couldn't get anybody on.
2-2 from Bryce Miller. And a dive back by Monasterio. T-Mobile Park, beautiful ballpark. 401 to center, 331 to left, 326 to right.
One of the best. Opened in '99.
Feels newer than that. Shot to first, scooped up by Naylor. He'll fire into second, back to first, and in time for the double play. And that were a tie aside for the Red Sox in the third, and a scoop by Naylor did it.
Well, make sure you celebrate Italian Pride at Fenway. Tuesday, June 30th. You can purchase tickets for this special offer. You can score exclusive Red Sox Italian soccer jersey. I've got one. They're outstanding. Plus, arrive early for cultural entertainment and delicious Italian food. Get your tickets today at redsox.com/Italian. Bada boom.
Robles will lead it off. I was waiting for it. Little fly to center field right at St. On. And Ranger continues to mow them down at 7 in a row. I hesitate to tell you, though, you may be proud of your Italian soccer jersey, but most actual Italians have locked theirs away for the last several World Cups. They don't qualify anymore.
I know. Very sensitive.
Weird. Very weird.
Yep. Not good.
Power for a long time, but not anymore. Cole Emerson here, the shortstop. Batting stats presented by local Honda dealers. So this is 7, 8, 9. This is the part of the order that's really bedeviled the Red Sox in June. And here's a challenge. ABS powered by T-Mobile. And a strike.
The call's overturned. The pitch is a strike.
This kid Emerson, first round pick 2023 out of high school. And moving Crawford over to third base because of him.
Soft ground ball, Monasterio. And to wait for Contreras, but 2 down.
We gave him an 8-year, $95 million deal in March. Started the year in AAA, came up in May. 8 years, 95. Hadn't played in the big leagues. That's the thing, I guess.
You got to be sure, man. Don't you?
Well, I think they look at it as if it doesn't pan out, it's really not that much money. But to me, I mean, you got to do it in Seattle. I don't know, but I don't think you should be doing it everywhere. I'd like to see the guy play for 3 years.
Yeah, and that's how you make sure, I guess. Number of at bats. You can say this day and age, maybe not a ton of money, but been a lot of clubs, Red Sox included, who've made major investments on guys like that. 1 ball and 1 strike. And you kind of sit around and hope with some of them.
Well, what you're hoping for is you think they're going to turn into $30-40 million players when they hit free agency and buy some years.
Exactly.
$30-40 million players are elite, really good. Are they that? You got some hit or misses, right? I mean, St. Don, I think you're feeling good about. Campbell, we'll see. I don't know what's going on down there.
Wilson 231 with a home run will drive that one into left field, but there's Duran to make the catch. And another breezy 1-2-3 for Ranger Suarez. Now some Red Sox fans sprinkled in here in Seattle at T-Mobile Park. Dave O'Brien alongside Lou Merloni and Jemai Webster, who I think took the last scooter from our hotel today to tool his way into town, and that left his colleague Lou Merloni high and dry.
Well, I mean, I love scooting out here. I think Jemai might have taken the last one. They were all out. They're all dead. There's people here for the I went to like 5 in a row.
Well, you know what they say, Lou, the early bird gets the worm. I think I was out there about halftime of the U.S. men's national team game.
Well,
there was a couple of them in that spot, but, you know, I think I might have left a few for you, but some other people came after.
Like near the hotel or down here?
Yes, I mean, you come out, you make a left. I had 3 of them right there to choose from, and then
there was 4 or 5 that were all dead.
All of
See,
them.
okay, so I didn't check the power. I just grabbed one and I saw there were others.
He was
Unavailable.
gone, man.
But wasn't that clean to get down here. I went through a sea of people as you saw that video, and there was a period in time where I was actually walking because it was just too much traffic. I didn't want to take anybody out, as Dave mentioned.
By the way, I don't know how responsible this really is, too, Jemai. I think we should have a talk. I if a 16-year-old boy now is a new driver, trying to get him to focus when he's driving, I think we should have the same talk.
Yeah, I don't want to give Mace any bad habits.
Strike 3 as Cedon goes down hacking to start the 4th inning. So Mace is up late. He's watching the game, and he's like, "Hey, Dad, did you see your partner there, Jemai?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want me driving like that, do you?"
Bad influence, Jemai. Bad influence.
Yeah, this is where it got touch and go. I'm telling you, like there was a gentleman right here. I was following him for a long time because I didn't want to take down his heels, but these are meta glasses, so I didn't have my phone in my hand. So there is an element to keeping it safe.
Well, the glasses are legit.
We are Abreu with a base hit into right between Naylor and Young. And the Red Sox have their 3rd hit. I myself had none of those issues because I was in that soccer stadium today.
How about it?
When Jemai was grabbing that scooter, I was inside watching the United States beat Australia 2-0.
You got that kind of iron?
No, I'm not saying I paid for the tickets. I'm just saying I went to the match.
Big money.
Yeah,
you must know people.
I do know a couple. Bill, you know, I called the World Cup 20 years ago, and I've got a lot of friends with USA Soccer still. I'm happy to admit, and that's how I came by those tickets.
Nice of you to go in. How many tickets did you have?
Had a couple.
Yeah, who'd you go with?
I invited Will Fleming to come with me, radio voice of the Red Sox.
That's nice.
It's Will and I today, right at midfield.
It's nice. You know, I was kind of just sitting in my hotel room, sort of watching. Glad you two had a nice little day.
Oh, wait a minute. I know your preference. As Wilson Contreras gets in, he struck out his first time up. I know your preference is probably to stay and watch, and this one's drilled way down the left field line foul. Watch the U.S. Open on TV.
Good point. I was actually very happy, and that's what I was very happy. Look at this. Randy Arozarena sat with you guys too. Did you get him a ticket too?
Did it? It looks like they just sort of put my face in the back of that later. You know, they punched. But that's actually our seats. But no, I didn't. Randy had pretty good seats too. Seattle Mariners hurt right now. He's a sweetheart. Runner goes. Here's the throw down and the tag and safe. Abreu beats it on a bang play at second. Red Sox with a man into scoring position.
There you go. We were talking about getting ahead, right? The whole game changes kind of. Might have got that tag in that shin first.
And so they will challenge it.
Yeah, it looks like he gets this tag down on that shin as he pops up. Almost like he popped up too quick rather than staying low. He popped up right into the tag. This one's going to be reversed. This is what happens. You got 1-0 lead. You mentioned Cal doesn't throw the ball great, but Abreu, 5 bags in the year, has only been thrown out once. I think that's going to be twice here. Yeah, right there.
Yep, pretty clear.
After review, call on fields overturned. The runner is out. Seattle will retain their talent.
So that'll be on number 2.
People are pretty rowdy. I'm surprised there's not more people passed out in this stadium right now. I think a lot of these people came right over from the World Cup game, and from about 3 o'clock to game time, they went back to their hotel and just took a little nap. Or
it's literally right across the street. Jam-packed soccer stadium today. Oh, it's great theater. The 1-2. USA's good.
Yeah.
Legitimately good.
Like, I'm not a big soccer fan, but when you watch them, I can notice the difference. Small spaces, the passing, everything. Quickness, toughness, everything.
They dominated possession. Ground ball at short. Emerson will gobble it up. Size retired. Red Sox do get a hit, but they're caught stealing. And it is 1-0.
Hours. What's going on with Rob Refsnyder? Well,
This is what he did against lefties with the Boston Red Sox the last 4 years. Look at these batting averages, all over 300. OPS 959, 941. This year, 149, 494. I haven't seen enough of him, but all I know is he killed lefties for us. This year, they brought him over here to do this, and he's been struggling.
0 for 1 tonight. He's grounded out to short. Rob signed a 1-year deal in December to come here to Seattle. He's the 4th Korean-born Mariners player ever. Right at short again. And Marcelo Meyer will set him down for the 2nd time. And Ranger so far has been so good they don't have anybody who has reached first base. With 1 out in the 4th inning, Cal Raleigh next.
Getting a ton of swing and miss. 6 of them already, 46%. That's really high for him. But again, 4 lefties. I know Raleigh's a switch hitter. Probably more lefties in the lineup we've seen against him. 4. Usually it's a couple.
They'll pop this up, but foul back into the stands.
Because of that, that curveball's getting more use. There's already 3 swing and misses on that pitch. Likes throwing that to lefties.
Oh, 1 coming. Another wave and a miss. Got that changeup.
Yeah, he's only gone against him a couple of times, but he is 2-0. He's gone 12 2/3, only 2 earned runs. He's throwing the ball well against his team, but only a couple times in his career.
0-2. Well, Seattle is so-so offense. They're 8th in the American League in runs. They are number 2 in ERA, and they're 14-8 as a team in their last 22 games. Off the plate.
Got to keep them in the ballpark. You know, 50.9% of their runs via the home run. That is number 1 in baseball. So they're middle of the pack, but they rely on the home run to score.
Yeah, the full count. And nobody's reached yet. Ranger has pitched well several times since April 27th, but he personally has not won a game. He has not had a decision go his way in that time. 3-2. And he's on with ball 4. So Raleigh will take first man to get there in front of Julio Rodriguez. Red Sox have won 3 of his 7 starts since April 27. But he has a couple of losses in there. And 5 no decisions. A lot of NDs for him. These guys are getting a second look at him tonight. And here's a challenge.
The catcher's challenging the ball call.
Narvaez. And it is a strike.
Calls overturned. The pitch is a strike.
It's 2 for 2 for him today. He had some struggles early on, right? Just missing 30 challenges, only 15 overturned, but 2 for 2 here tonight. And as a team getting better.
They are,
yeah.
And Red Sox catchers in particular are getting better at it. Did not start out that way, and the Red Sox just didn't appear to have a strategy, a plan of attack on ABS out of the gate, and I think it cost them from time to time. Runner at first and 1 away. Fouled off his body. This is a kid who can do a lot of damage. Rodriguez 32 home runs last year, drove in 95, can steal you bases.
He hit 10 in May. Talk about Duran's month where he hit 9. This kid hit 10, 13 in a year, but 10 of those in May. And you can have months like that. He's done it before in second halves and carried this team to the playoffs.
And he'll get time from the home plate ump, Yashinsky. Those numbers 5 for 7, couple of doubles against Ranger. Two. Naylor on deck. 1-0. Red Sox with the lead on a Durbin home run. And the lefty deals. And in there, caught him looking, strike 3. Strikes him out for the second time. Both times looking.
Location. This is why he's got one of the best fastball values in the game, and it's only 90-91 because he can locate. Look at this pitch. I mean, it's just perfect, right? He knows when to throw the four-seamer and stand you up and in and get swing and misses. Locate the sinker.
Josh Naylor, the first baseman, 0 for 1 with a K. Acquired from Arizona late July last year. He was an all-star 2 years ago. Proved to be a good fit here. They would win the division. Lofts that one down to left field line, but it's going to go foul. 0-2.
He was one of those. Listen, you're in the market for a first baseman. We know that. You ended up Wilson Contreras. I think everybody's excited about that. But Naylor was a guy that free agent first baseman, thought he'd be out there, thought he'd look around a little bit right away. 5 years, $92 million. Signed right back here, off the market. Just liked his time here. Probably could have got more.
2-strike pitch from the lefty. He doesn't look like a guy you have to worry about on the bases, does he? He's not built that way. Doesn't have the body of a Rodriguez or a Crawford. But he's a serious base stealer.
He stole 30 last year and got thrown out twice.
He's got 13 this year.
Never would guess that.
Right. It's downstairs. 2-2.
I mean, it's one thing to kind of steal 5, 6, 7, 8, kind of sneak up on some people. But when you have 20 bags, I'm paying attention to you. And you got 30.
Line but foul. He hopped on that one but ripped it foul. Well, Seattle finally has a base runner on a walk to Raleigh. Naylor has hit 8 home runs. And time will be granted. Major trying to pick up just his 3rd win of the year. He's 2-3 coming in. 2-2 again.
We're talking about those numbers with Narvaez and Suarez, and one word Tracy was talking about this. He's like the speed in which Suarez works with Narvaez. He likes to work quick. They're on the same page. There's not a lot of shaking. Give me the ball. I want to throw it. That helps too with these two.
Two on the way to Naylor. He's having a long at bat here.
So we had some good pitches too. A little swing mode. Let me get something out of the zone. See if he's still in swing mode with that slow curveball down.
8th pitch here. Dominic Canzone on deck. Lunging and a little liner caught by Monasterio. That'll retire the side. 1 man left. Inning 5 is powered by Salem 5 Bank. We're back in the great city of Seattle. Great to have you alongside. And of course, the United States well represented today. Man, were they ever in beating Australia in World Cup soccer. Red, white, and blue everywhere you look in this town. USA winning for the 2nd time in this World Cup. Jared Duran 0 for 1, struck out in the 2nd. Sox are in front 1-0 and a home run by Caleb Durbin in the 2nd inning. Off Bryce Miller. Fouled back in the mid strike one by Duran.
Well, they're doing this piggyback thing. This could be it for Miller, which is fine by me. Castillo's a very good pitcher as he's getting up, kind of doing his routine in that bullpen, but this kid's stuff's a different level.
Red Sox have him for 3 hits so far. Seattle does not have a hit. off Ranger Suarez through 4 innings.
That's the thing, too. When you get a mistake, fastball right there that Jaron just fouled off, you can see the frustration because he knows that's a pitch he should have put in play and finishes at bat.
So there's Castillo getting ready. The tandem starters that they've been using. This will be the 3rd or 4th time they've done that this year. And the 0-2 on the way to Jaron. He was tempted, but he held off. Duran with 12 home runs and 11 have come off right-handers. Durbin has already hit one out on deck. Again, he held up, did not offer, and 2-2.
That's the thing, too. When Jaron gets a fastball in the zone, fouls it back, he knows he missed an opportunity because they don't give him one. They give him that breaking ball down, the fastball up out of the zone. When he's going well, he lays off of that and makes him come into the zone a little bit more.
And he'll strike him out. Foul tipped and held by Raleigh. So Duran fans for the 2nd time back to the Durbin first at bat.
Well, jumps all over this fastball up. That's a pitch that a lot of guys are swinging under. And he's getting a lot of swing and miss on, but Durbin, he gets a piece of this one. It's 5th of the year and 4th in the last 7 games. Oh, yeah, swinging it.
Base is empty, 1 away. A lot of times you say, well, 1 run won't do it. Tonight it might. This has that possibility. The way Suarez is dealing and with their pitching staff, runs could be very tough to come by for this entire series. Swing and a miss, and 0-2. Red Sox were just swept by Toronto, and then they went to Chicago, and the Cubs destroyed them 16-2 today. Yankees have already won. They beat Cincinnati 5-0. Tampa Bay did too. They downed Washington 5-2. One-two pitch. He got him to go. Struck him out on a sweeper, and back-to-back Ks by Miller.
7. He looks like he's getting tired. I'd take him out. This is breaking ball. Can't lay off. Just shows fastball. You see it out of the hand. After throwing that heater away and split. I think it's a strike.
Marcelo 0 for 1. He struck out looking. He'll file it away for strike 1. Marcelo was not on the flight cross country last night when the Red Sox got here. He had been left behind, was under the weather, flew out today. Felt well enough to play, and he was needed because Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who was originally in the lineup, was scratched with inflammation of the left forearm. That's all we've heard as far as IKF at this point.
Hopefully it's nothing serious. We don't know anything about his IL stint or not, but IKF has been really good for you. Defensively, whether it's short, second, third, offensively, riding a little 6-game hitting streak, 312 over his last 25 games.
Yeah, he's a streaky hitter. When he's hot, he gets white hot.
And 25 games now. He's really filled in. Helped.
Big time. 1-2 coming. And a swinging bunt. Miller will grab that and lob on to get him to retire the side. Red Sox are done 1-2-3.
No time.
Bottom of the 5th, Red Sox in front 1-0 in Seattle on a home run by Durbin. Meanwhile, Ranger Suarez has been terrific. Ground ball right at the feet of Contreras. He'll take that all the way for out number 1 on 1 pitch as he gets Canzone. That's the night so far for Ranger. He only had one man reach first base, and that was on a walk.
He's throwing the ball real well. Only a couple hard hit balls.
And a walk in the park for him. The sun is not going to set here in the Great Pacific Northwest until 9:11. So that's about 50 minutes away local time. Doesn't even get dark until right around 10. First pitch in there for a strike on Cole Young, who's 0 for 1. He's grounded out to second.
10 p.m.
Yeah.
It's great.
Takes its sweet time here.
So much better than 4. A winter.
Oh yeah. 3:30 in the afternoon. The sun's going down in
Yeah.
January. You're like, what on earth?
Yeah. Let's open up a bottle of wine.
Like the way you think. Downtown Seattle. Great view there. Very pretty city. The Emerald City, as they say. And Ranger trying to get the second man here in the 5th. Goes to 3-1. Only had to work really one other hitter, and that was Raleigh, who drew a walk in the 4th. He's had a lot of fast outs. And now 3-2. Last time out against Texas, he went only 5 innings. Red Sox won the game 6-3. But he had 6 hits in that one, struck out 7, walked a couple. He had a lot more traffic in that one than he has tonight. And another ground ball routinely hit to Monasterio. 2 up, 2 down. He continues to mow them down here at T-Mobile Park. 2 away for Victor Robles.
Kick off summer at Fenway with family 4-packs offer courtesy of Aramark. For select games against the Washington Nationals, you get 4 tickets, 4 Fenway Franks, 4 fountain drinks starting at just $99. You can grab your tickets today and bring the whole family to the ballpark.
Robles is 0 for 1. He's flied out to left. Now he's been a little bit of trouble for Ranger in the past. He's 4 for 9 off him. He has not hit a home run. 1 ball, 1 strike. Red Sox hoping to get this 6-game trip off and running with a W after a bad homestand. And 2-1. And a challenge here.
Catcher's challenging the ball call.
Might have caught that inside corner up and in. He's 2 for 2 so far. That's 3 for 3.
Calls overturned. The pitch was a strike. Boston retains their challenge.
All right, having a good night.
Nice to have actually win on some of these, right?
Oh.
Take advantage of this system. Changes in at bat. 2-1 to 1-2 changes everything.
And a fly ball into left. Routine play for Duran. And once again, he gets them fast. 1, 2, 3. Gander, that pitching line for Bryce Miller, and you say, well, why is he coming out of the game? But he is coming out of the game.
Well, he started tiring. Just didn't have it tonight.
He did not have it.
They got this piggyback system coming on, and it's going to bring on Luis Castillo, and they're going to just split this game. And honestly, doing the Red Sox a favor, in my opinion. I mean, Castillo's still a very good pitcher. This year, struggling a little bit more than he has in the past. But Bryce Miller right now is just locked in since he's come off that IL.
Castillo, 33 years old. This will be his 15th appearance, 12 starts. So they've used this tandem a number of times, and they've been very effective with it. But Red Sox have the upper hand as we go to the 6th inning.
Same guys he's always been, right? That 4-seam fastball is going to ride a 95. He likes that sinker, slider, and changeup to go with it.
Narvaez tonight 0 for 1 with a K. And then Monasterio, and then the top of the order, Mickey Gasper. The only run on the board, Caleb Durbin's solo shot in the 2nd. Meanwhile, Seattle does not have a hit off Ranger Suarez. Ranger to this point looking very much like he did in that marvelous start, that gem of an appearance in Toronto.
Just 68 pitches through 5 for Ranger. It's a good number.
One two from the righty. He chased it and struck him out. So Red Sox have fanned 8 times tonight. Monasterio will be next. The game has only seen 3 hits. He has 1 of them. That was a single in the 3rd inning. Red Sox were doubled up later. Pounded in, strike 1.
97, 1-2 coming out, knowing he got 3 or 4 innings. Let it eat a little bit, a little deception. You can see it kind of falls down to the right side, a little 3/4 action release.
0-1. You mentioned the start by Ranger Suarez back on April 27 at Toronto. He went 8 innings. He allowed 1 hit. He struck out 10 through 105 pitches. And he was just on fire in that one. Red Sox would win it 5-0. That's the last time that Ranger Suarez personally has won a game. It's been a string of no decisions, couple of losses in there. And across for strike 3. Back-to-back Ks. So you're right, Castillo coming out firing. And 2 down.
That location at 98. He said that little crossfire. His arm angle's 17 degrees, really low. He's always kind of been in that area.
Red Sox have fanned 9 times in the game. Gasper now. He'll pop it up on the first pitch. Emerson races out. Robles in. Robles wants to take it. And that's all for the Sox here in the 6th.
Rangers pitching arsenal presented by your New England area Audi dealers so far. Pretty much on point with where it is throughout the year. The curveball's been a good swing and miss pitch for him. As for that cutter, he's got 7 here tonight, 27%.
8, 9, and 1 against him, including Rob Refsnyder, who starts tonight as the DH. This is Cole Emerson, who's 0 for 1. He's grounded to second.
The first couple innings had 4 strikeouts, racked up most of those swing and misses, but lately it's all the quick outs, right? Just kind of locating, get you deep into a game, weak contact.
Yeah, pitching to contact. Does it again. Talk about weak. Scooped up by Durbin. And 1 out in the 6th inning.
Ball had a lot of spin on it. Caleb almost overran this ball because of it. See right there, obviously had to reach way back. Ball hit and took off to his left.
Number 9 man Weston Wilson. He's 0 for 1. He's lined out to left. Hardly anything hit hard. This is one guy who did hit it pretty hard. He'll swing, hit a high fly into left center, not deep. Durant plenty of time to get there. Again, 2 fast outs. Suarez continues to mow down the Seattle Mariners tonight. Top of the order in Refsnyder. He's grounded 2 times to short, 0 for 2. Red Sox 1, Seattle nothing. Tough year for Rob to this point. He has homered 3 times. And nothing in 1. Ranger working quickly. In unison with Narvaez. And here's his 1 strike pitch.
Rob was such a big part of this the last 4 or 5 years. Teams weren't always successful. Certainly wasn't his fault. I mean, he brought leadership, crushed lefties. You saw the numbers we threw up last time. He did his job. Really good for a team. Just really surprised at the numbers he's putting up this year, especially against lefties.
Little pop up into right, coming on Abreu. Once again, Suarez just sails through the inning. On 7 pitches, they still don't have a hit off him.
Back here in Seattle in the top of the 7th inning. Sox on top 1-0. And guys, as the season has gone on, it seems that Ceddanne Rafaela's name in the Red Sox batting order has continued to move up. This is his 26th game in the 2-hole because of the offensive production that the Red Sox have been able to get out of him. It's something that we've seen. And I asked Chad Tracy about his approach, which he believes hasn't changed with his lineup ascent. Trace says he's doing a nice job adjusting to the count, which the numbers seem to bear. 30 of his 72 hits coming into the night have come when the pitcher is ahead in the count. 37 of those 72 have come with 2 strikes. He doesn't seem to be panicking in those spots, which to me, Lou, speaks to some of the growth that we've seen from him this year offensively.
Yeah, there's no question about it. He's been a different guy. You know, for years they kept putting swing percentage in front of him. You know, you had a bad week, look how often you swung, 65% of the time. You had a good week, look how you swung 45% of the time, right? This kid swings a little bit less, gets some better counts.
Line shot headed to the gap. That's going to touch down on the grass and onto the track up against the fence. Ceddanne into second. Heading back to the bag with a double to lead things off here in the 7th inning. Well, you know, we've said it week after week. Last 25 games, 35 games, 44 games. You know, what he's batting. He's just having a good year.
Yeah, he is. And as much as you throw those numbers as far as swings and weeks and good weeks and bad weeks, he is still an aggressive hitter. So that was always the fine line, right? You don't want to take away from that aggressiveness because this kid, he can hit. He can go out of the zone and still barrel balls. So just trying to find that happy place in between, and he seems to be in a good spot now.
Wilyer Abreu will try and pick him up here. Wilyer is 1 for 2, had a single in the 4th inning. There've only been 4 hits in the game. The Red Sox have all of them.
And now you got to add on this. You know, you got to get Rafaela over to third base. Even if you're putting bunts down, I don't care. It's got to be a ground ball. Get to a 2-0 lead.
Hit this man to third. Check swing. They appeal no swing. Abreu's been scuffling. Been playing in virtually every game, all but 1 to this point in the season.
Just getting enough hits, though, to stay afloat, right?
Yes.
The last 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
1-1. There's a shot to center field. Rodriguez on the run will cover the ground and make the catch, tagging up Ceddanne. He's into third. Williams had a couple of good swings tonight. That one advances the runner 90 feet with 1 away.
That was a good swing. Does the job. Barrels into center field. You know, Tracy before the game talking about getting these guys off their feet, right? Whether it's Abreu and Ceddanne, they're playing an awful lot. Wilyer leads the team with 71 games played. You do wonder if it'll happen here in the next couple of days. Colorado is such a big outfield. I know the ball flies there, but the outfield is enormous. You may want your speed out there covering ground.
Infield in. Contreras the batter. He'll take ball 1. That's going to get away. And here comes the run. He will score. Ceddanne is in to make it 2-0. It rolls away and the Red Sox get a bit of a gift. They'll take it. 2-zip.
See if that goes down. Maybe a pass ball. That ball looked like something Cal could handle. And a really good read by Ceddanne, being aware of it. That was off that plate. We'll see. Probably a wild pitch, but good job with Ceddanne. He can see that go way to his right. Good read.
They do call it a wild pitch, at least for now. Swung on and missed by Contreras. Another look at that.
You got a good look at where this ball is. See, when you're at third base, sometimes when it goes towards that first base dugout, it's tough to see how far away it's getting from the catcher. But that one there, you can get a good look at it.
Red Sox 2, Seattle nothing. We're in the 7th inning. And a 2-1. And a ground ball base hit. Wilson Contreras with a solid knock. Second hit in the inning off Castillo for Boston.
Wilson, not all dead pull, right? And it's just trying to barrel the ball up the middle of the ballpark. Gets it by a diving Young.
And Duran for the third time. First couple of times he struck out. And a line right, base hit the other way. Picks on the first pitch. Red Sox come out swinging here in the 7th. That's their third hit against Castillo in this frame.
I'd like to see more of that, Jaron. Right, first pitch heater out of third. That's why you see a lot of ground balls to first, ground balls to second, because there's this wanting to pull. Right, this time he just stays on it and shoots that hole between shortstop and third base. Saw a lot of that in 2024.
Durbin now home run and a strikeout tonight. Red Sox 6 hits, Seattle 0. If you're just tuning in. Crowd tonight 45,775. It's a sellout at T-Mobile Park. A lot of sports fans in this town here today and tonight. Popped up back toward the netting. Raleigh will watch it go over the top.
That actually landed
on the shelf.
On the shelf. He didn't get back there. Wasn't that high, but still.
Count 0-2. He's had a rough inning.
Yeah.
Contreras at second. Duran on at first. 0-2. The Red Sox have 6 hits. Conversely, Seattle has not had a hit since the second inning yesterday. Ranger Suarez has tied him up in knots tonight.
Just one walk. Just to Cal Raleigh back in the 4th.
Castillo's 1-2. And there's a base hit into left. Contreras to third. He'll stop there, and the bases are loaded. Red Sox with 3 consecutive singles. 4 hits in the 7th inning. And really trying to put a stranglehold on this game.
Slider up, hits this thing hard through the infield. Now it doesn't score a run, Obi, but that's what we call getting a hit with a runner in scoring position.
Believe it or not.
We haven't hit many of those in the last 3 games. We're looking for one more here from Marcelo. Turn this 2-run cushion into a 4-run cushion with Duran on second base.
Now, if you're a Mariner fan, you got to wonder if they had left Bryce Miller in the game.
No question.
What would be happening right now? A slew of hits against Wilson's team.
And you know that's tough too for Miller and Castillo. I'm sure Castillo doesn't want this. He wants to start games. Bryce Miller, it's a 1-0 ball game. You're taking me out down 1-0. I got a lot left. I'm going to go 7 strong. We're going to score 2 and we can get a W, not an L.
Well, now the bases are loaded. 1 down. Marcelo the batter. He's fanned. He's also grounded back to the pitcher. First one low, ball 1.
Yeah, bring the infield in here too. It's your short second. You're still in an area where if it's hit hard, you're going to turn it and get out of the inning. Emerson not too far from second.
In for a strike. Contreras at third. Duran at second. Durbin at first. Red Sox have added on a big second run in the 7th inning.
So another one here. A little pull happy here in the left center gap. Get a ball in the air.
He's going to challenge it.
Matters challenging the strike call.
And that is a ball.
Calls overturned. The pitch is a ball. Boston retains.
So Marcelo Meyer got that one right.
It's his first correct of the year. Only his 3rd attempt, but changes the count.
Red Sox at every base. The 2-1 swing and a base hit into right field. Contreras will score. Here comes Duran. Here's the throw home, and it's bobbled by Raleigh. Another run is in, and the runners move up to second and third. The Sox get 2 on that shot to right field off the bat of Marcelo Meyer, who was not even in the starting lineup tonight originally, and the Red Sox lead it 4-0.
Well, Jaron Duran ran right through this hold sign at third base. It was a little bit late. You know, Duran's coming around the corner. This ball's hit to right field. But Canzone's out there. He's pretty shallow. He's charging this ball pretty hard. As you see, Duran kind of paused a little bit. Watch the last minute. This throw is off the line in the one hop. Cal Raleigh unable to kind of gather this baseball. Duran would have been out. He's got to get back and tag home. You got a little break there. You'll take it.
Narvaez is 2 men in scoring position. Second and third, only one away. Red Sox really trying to run away and hide here in Seattle in this 7th inning. Narvaez has struck out both times tonight, 0 for 2. Fly ball into center field. Rodriguez there to line it up. Makes the catch. Durbin will tag. He is in to score. Red Sox on the board again. An embarrassment of riches here in this inning. Red Sox have a 5-0 lead. 4 of them here in the 7th. Narvaez will pick up his 4th RBI with the sac fly to chase in Durbin.
That's a big one too. After you mentioned a couple of strikeouts from Narvaez, to be able to get a piece of this and drive it to center field feels good, right? You walk in that dugout, you're getting handshakes, high fives, great job, sac fly, another run on the board.
Meyer at second, and here's Monasterio, who's gone 1 for 2. There was an error charged on the previous play on the right fielder Canzone, but the Red Sox have been swinging it here in the 7th inning. 5 hits. Getting it done with runners in scoring position. A little flare into right field. Canzone will dive ahead, and he makes the catch. But a big inning for the Red Sox. They put up 4 and lead at 5-zip. StatCast 3D is powered by Google Cloud.
Getting a lot out here through 6 innings. They don't have a hit yet. 18 of them, and he's just mixing it up beautifully. See one sinker on top of the zone, but the sinker's located in. Good little curveball. He gets forward with that. The cutter's up and in to a lot of these righties. Ranger keeping him off balance.
Cal Raleigh, first man. He's going to foul this one back. He has struck out. And when he took the walk in the 4th inning, he became the only man to reach first base tonight against Ranger Suarez. That is still the case.
That one might have taken out your soccer buddy. The foul ball.
I think it did.
It was loud. I didn't hear a clean catch.
Heard a clang.
There's a lot of clanging going on over there.
1-1 off the plate. Raleigh, Rodriguez, Naylor. So that's 2, 3, 4. Dangerous part of this lineup. But the Red Sox have a 5-0 lead. Right past him. Isn't this so much more fun, Luke?
5 runs. It's fun.
Yeah, on 8
2
hits. Got a home run. And this guy's been tremendous.
That 4th inning was just that walk. 3-2 count to this man. There's another one.
3-2.
Yeah, lengthy at bat too with Naylor on the line out to second.
And a payout pitch from the lefty. And he's going to walk him again. Second time for Raleigh. They've got a base runner. And Rodriguez will climb in. Julio Rodriguez struck out looking in the 1st, struck out looking in the 4th. Five runs, 8 hits for the Red Sox. No runs, no hits, 1 error for Seattle. We're in the bottom of the 7th. 82 pitches for Ranger Suarez. Takes a look over at Raleigh and the 1-0. Little pop up into center field. Out goes Monasterio. Cedon coming on, slides and makes the play. He throws back to first. Not in time for the double play. They still don't have a hit. 1 down.
This ball just goes up to center field. You just expect Cedon's going to run it down. You just hopefully it's out there far enough. He gets after it. And again, A little slide kind of makes it look easy. Comes up, good strong throw. Try to double off Raleigh.
Brings up Josh Naylor, who struck out looking first time. He's also lined out gently to second. 1 on and 1 out. And a line drive into the gap and a clean hit. That'll go all the way to the fence. Raleigh's into third. They'll stop him there. That's the first hit all night for the Seattle Mariners. Josh Naylor with a clear double all the way off the bat.
Well, of everybody in this lineup, you know, they had a hit at that point, but Naylor was the one guy you kind of were concerned with, just given that last at bat that he had against him. He looked like he was seeing him well, fouled some pitches off, and lined out to Monasterio. And he comes up here this third time up and gets the first hit of the game. And I like the talk here, too.
6 1/3 is the longest he's ever gone in his career in a no-hit bid. It just feels like on nights like tonight, he's going to get one of these days.
Well, you just get so many quick outs, right? Locating, ground balls. But I like the Narvaez Contreras kind of, hey, a lot of times guys got a no-hitter, not 6 1/3, it's not 8 1/3 or whatever, but still, he gave up a hit. We're still up 5-0. You know, we're still going to finish this game off. You want to finish this outing off the right way. Let's get locked in. Strike one here to Canzone's been swinging it.
On the night he's fanned, he's also grounded out to first. Unsure on that swing and strike one. So a couple of men in scoring position. As you say, you still have to concentrate, get these outs. It ain't over yet. And knocked down by Ranger. He takes a look at third. He'll go to first and got the out there. He's really an exceptional fielder. He has been throughout his career.
Yeah, one of the best. Just because of the way he throws the baseball and finishes it. They're just checking on him right now. I was going to say, you're not going to get him. But just that actually pops up and he bodies it a little bit, but there's just never any panic with him. A lot of it's to do with this, the delivery. You know, after he's done throwing, he's actually in a good position. He's not out of control, but he's got great hands.
Since the start of 2021, he leads all pitchers in Major League Baseball, 26 defensive runs saved.
Finish this off right here.
Cole Young, the batter on the night. He's grounded twice to second. 5-0 Red Sox in seventh.
Throwing the ball too well to put 2 on the board here.
Second and third, 2 away. And he's in front, 1-2. And Young will need a moment. In the inning, a walk and a double. Outstanding defensive play by Cedon that temporarily kept the no-hit bid in order. 1-2. Lefty is fan 5. Couple of walks, just the 1 hit, and the 2-2 coming. Slayton up in the pen, all heated up.
This might be his last hitter. Quietly up to 92 pitches.
2-2 to Young. It certainly has the earmarks of that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He's had a terrific performance again tonight.
Well, once the no-hitter's out, there's no reason to push anything. It's still only the 7th inning. But this inning's a little lengthy for him here.
And a payoff pitch to Young. And walked him. So the bases are going to be loaded. And Tracy's heading out. So they are all filled up. Robles about to dig in. The interim manager out to the hill. Slayton's ready to go. And the night is over for Rangers Suarez, who took a no-hitter into the 7th inning tonight. He has a 5-0 lead. Slayton will be on next. And Ranger was just terrific in this one. He walked the opening hitter here in the 7th inning. Got a nice play from Cedon. Hopes were still high, but then Naylor gapped the double. Now they're all filled up.
As far as it's 5 of these strikeouts, there's that slow curveball, but it was fastball location a lot of the times. There's that sinker, another curveball here. I mean, he was just fantastic in this game. 6 2/3, 1 hit, did walk 3, couple to Cal Raleigh, and now he'd really love Slayton to come in here and just get it out, right? He's got 3 runs out there on the board. 6 2/3, 2 or 3 runs looks a lot different than what this man deserves, given what we just watched.
And again, he has not personally tasted a win since April 27. That just felt like a long time ago. He can do that tonight as he departs. Time now for a forward employee pricing call to the bullpen. It's Justin Slayton to take over.
Well, Slayton tossed a scoreless 8th. Just yesterday against Toronto. Did give up a couple of hits. Took him 15 pitches. You see that ERA. A lot of that is pretty much 3 appearances. 60 making his 17th appearance, but 13 scoreless. The other 3, 4, 4, and a 2 spot. It's kind of come in bunches for him. Has to take care of these 3 inherited runners and get it out. But right now, you get out of this right now, you feel 5-0 walking into the 8th inning. You feel good, right? Base hit, 5-2, 5-3. Now all of a sudden it changes the game.
Well, we've got Raleigh standing at 3rd, Naylor at 2nd, Young at 1st. And J.P. Crawford, who's just recently off the IL, big fan favorite here in Seattle. He's going to hit for Robles. Crawford returning from the injured list. He had been out with a hand injury. Just 222, but got to consider the pop in the bat too. 10 home runs.
10 home runs, that's a concern. You get strike 1, get ahead, and show them the good stuff.
Robles flied out to left 2 times. So man at every base.
2 for 4 this year with the bases loaded. Crawford.
2 gone. And the first one zipped in there for a strike and 96. Sox got a run in the 2nd on a home run by Durbin and just poured on 4 in the top of the 7th inning. Oh, he went for it.
98.
0-2. Mariners with a man at every base and 2 strikes on Crawford.
I like that pitch, 97 out of the zone, 0-2. I think he need to climb that ladder again.
Slayton ready. 1-2 to Crawford. And 2-2. Seattle trying to climb back in the game. Baseball tossed out, new one back to Justin.
It's the first time in his career that Slayton's come in with the bases loaded. Now against lefties, it's cutter 4-seam heavy, but there's that sweeper. There's a big swing and miss pitch for him after a couple heaters.
He's run it full, 3-2. Shortstop Emerson on deck. So the string is out, bases loaded, 2 down, full count. And the 3-2 from Slayton. Swing and a miss. He put him away. Struck him out with a cutter. and leaves them loaded. Slade with a big K at Crawford. It remains 5-0. Time for a strong play of the game presented by your New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Goes right back to the money cutter. After a couple of mislocated fastballs, this is his pitch. Feels like he can throw this for a strike whenever he wants. And that is a big out. Keep this game well in hand. 5-0 here in the 8th.
So Mickey Gasper to lead things off here against Castillo. The Red Sox knocked around last inning, but he goes back out there again.
Well, you got to get your work in now. You got to get innings. This is almost like a spring training game, down 5-0. Got to get that pitch count up. It's only 32.
Mickey 0 for 3. He's hit into a double play. He's also flied out twice to left. And Connor Joe takes over as the new left fielder. Red Sox up by 5 late. And a ground ball yanked to first. Up with it, Naylor. Little underhand flip to the pitcher for out number 1. And in front of Cedon Rafael. Cedon's the guy who started the rally in the 7th inning. Red Sox had a 1-0 lead, but he tore into a double. He would score. Contreras would single. Duran would single. Durbin would single. They would all score. Marcelo Meyer had a big hit to drive in 2 with a base hit. What we were saying just about an hour and a half ago, sometimes a guy who's unprepared to play in a game, in terms of, hey, I'm playing tonight, I'm not in the lineup. That was the case with Meyer.
Yeah.
He winds up having a big knock.
Big hit. 3-0 ball game quickly, or 2-0 ball game at the time, quickly 4-0.
In for a called strike, 0-2.
You mentioned this piggyback thing. When you win ball games, you said they're very successful at it. When you win, it's like an opener. If he does his job and it works out and you win the ball game, you say that's really smart. But with something like this and it opens up.
Yeah, when it kind of blows up on you, is that the last you'll see of this?
I don't think it will. I think this is still a big picture thing for them to kind of give some of their guys a midseason little break.
1-2. Well, they like their club. They like their chances going to postseason play. They are in first place despite a lot of injuries and a couple of games over 500. Not running away yet, but they know they have a really good rotation, good enough offense. I wouldn't be shocked if they won the division AL West by 10 or 12 games. Cut on and miss, struck him out. 2 away for the Sox in the 8th.
Yeah, I'm with you. Cal Raleigh hasn't even gotten going yet. Some injuries here and there. It's a good sinker located down the way.
And Wilyer Abreu with a base hit tonight. He's gone 1 for 3. It pops out of the mid, ball 1. Game 2 tomorrow night here in the Emerald City. Red Sox will be sending out the left-hander Connolly early against righty Emerson Hancock. At first base, Naylor will grab it, and the Red Sox dip 1-2-3 in the 8th inning. Just proud to be part of Red Sox Nation and all the communities we call home, delivering trusted care, everyday essentials, and support that goes beyond the prescription. Learn more at CBS.com. Dave Luchamai with you. A good night for the Sox, leading 5-0, allowing 1 hit to the Seattle Mariners. New pitcher is Greg Weissert, and as he toes the slab, he knows this: the Red Sox are 27-0 when leading after 7.
Them and the Rangers, right? Still the only 2 teams yet to lose. Weissert coming in, cleaning. We know the numbers at this point: .61 ERA, with coming in with nobody on.
Ranger Suarez in line for the win. 6 2/3. Gave up 1 hit.
Such a big out from Slayton. Sort of like that Seattle team, you sort of feel like we had a shot. There's a strikeout. Now it's an uphill battle.
Line drive, leaping play by Marcelo Meyer to snatch that one. Emerson retired. The crack of the bat, probably thought he had a base hit there. One down.
6'3" shortstop. Marcelo's a big boy. He had to go up and get this thing. A little shorter guy at the middle. Not going to snag this line drive. You mentioned a little ambush game here today for Meyer. Didn't think he was playing. 1 for 3, couple RBIs. Nice catch there.
Just flew in today. Wasn't feeling great when he walked off the plane. There's Wilson. He's lined out, flied out 0 for 2. Both times to left. Puts that one in place softly. Meyer with a charge. He's going to wind up feeling a lot better at the end of this game with the contest he's had. 2 down. Very smooth on that one. Top of the order, Ref Snyder.
Oh, he's so good glove to hand. You know, I mean, the minute he catches this baseball, it's in his hand quick. And he's got a good, strong arm as well. Nice job charging this ball. Just a little flick. Not a long arm action, just a little flick to get it there. Quick release.
Rob tonight 0 for 3. Couple of choppers to short, and he's also flied to right. Red Sox 8 hits, Seattle 1. Just the double by Naylor with 1 out in the 7th, which broke up the no-hit bid for Ranger Suarez.
Could be a little strange for Rob to be facing the Red Sox. Now, he's moved around in his career, but he really kind of, his career started here. Before he got here, he was kind of moving around a lot. Different teams, trying to find himself.
Yep.
But the years he spent here in Boston, became a big leaguer and a guy that well respected in this game. I know he's well respected in that Red Sox clubhouse.
It felt like home for him.
Yep.
2 down, nobody aboard. We've been saying this for a couple of years. He's the kind of guy, don't be shocked if he's managing a major league club one day.
I remember talking to him about, he was talking about organizations, like minor league coordinator type.
Yeah.
Get in the minors, teach the game of baseball.
Yep, there's a lot there.
Fundamentals of the game, playing the game the right way. Of course, he could manage too, but he'll have a lot of opportunities.
But a tough season for him, hitting 138, 442 OPS. And he'll swing and miss, and long night for him gets a little longer. Red Sox get them 1-2-3. Playbook. We're heading up to Gloucester and checking in to the Inn at Good Harbor Beach. Luxury accommodations, beachfront experiences, and a lot more stunning views. Tune in tomorrow morning at 9 only on NESN and streaming on NESN 360, presented by your New England Chevy dealers.
I'll be tuning in to Chambers Bay in the morning.
Will you?
Nice little golf course.
Wow. Red Sox had 5-0 ninth inning. Have you played the course?
No, I'm really looking forward to it. I might not sleep.
Wow.
Well, you get out here in the West Coast. What time were you get up this morning? Up at like 4:30. I'm not used to getting up at local time.
Well, I did the same thing, but not intentionally.
Yeah.
You know,
so you get up so early. You're like, let's go. 6:30.
Your eyes are open. And you're like, what am I doing?
I know.
0-1 is up top. Wilson in this one 1 for 3. One of the big hits in the 7th inning when the Red Sox strung a bunch of them together. They had 4 runs on 5 hits to bust it open. But they did a lot more of those.
I'm sure that inning Gloucester sounds nice too.
To each his own.
Yeah.
You know, as you know, I got up this morning and ran over to the soccer match.
It's funny you say that, Obi. I was up this morning too, early, scrambling for soccer tickets. I just looked at my phone right now, wondering if I had some bad reception on the West Coast.
Really sorry to hear that, Jemai. Little fly ball out to Canzone for out number 1.
I never had it never said Dave O'Brien come through on a text. I was thinking, I said,
no.
Dave's at the soccer match? Does he know I've been dying for these tickets?
I did not know that. I didn't know you were such a soccer head.
Well, interesting enough, because you and Tommy Canley seem to have the best connections in the world right now. Got the hottest ticket in town.
Yep.
He went to the match as well. Asked him out. He got it. He went through his agency and all that stuff. You obviously worked your connection. I told him, I said, listen, I think I got a few connections too. And my Rolodex is decent, but it's apparently not as good as you and Dave O'Brien's.
Well, Tommy had a great story there. He went through his agency, and they bounced him to MLB, and I think he went to, like, what did you say, like 6 other people in between there. And I actually didn't make a call. Somebody called me.
Wow, look at that.
Look at that, yeah.
Yeah, Tommy was all fired up, ready to go. Talking about on the plane last night.
Yeah, he's going to try to get there in Anaheim when we get there. He's trying to continue on with this. As long as the Team USA goes, he says he's going to be right there with them.
He's serious, man. He is on the Uncle Sam train as far as it goes. This could go a long way too, because this is a really, really good soccer team. And as somebody said today, if the USA, let's say the USA wins the World Cup, does that mean the rest of the world has to call it soccer for the next 4 years? I like that idea.
Wow.
In fact, that dream comes true.
Paraguay up 1-0 too, by the way.
Oh.
If they win or tie, the U.S. will win that group.
Yes.
Lock it down.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Great performance today over Australia. Crowd was magnificent. Weather was magnificent.
Although I did feel bad for our Scots.
Yes.
They went down 1-0, I believe, about a minute and a half in. Gillette, or whatever they're calling it, I call it Gillette, looked electric.
What do they call it? Boston Stadium?
I think so.
Yeah. In for a called strike on Durbin, who's had a good night with a home run and a single. He scored 2 times. Red Sox up 5-0. It's a world-class event, obviously, and coming to the United States for the first time since 1994. And to have a really good team in the USA is amazing. Coming a long way. 0-2 coming. Fly it into right center field. Giving chase Rodriguez. He can't get it. That's going to be the 3rd hit tonight for Caleb Durbin. Started out with that bomb in the 2nd inning. Base hit in the 7th, and now double in the 9th.
Good signs. Well, we saw this now. We've seen it for a while. There was that little cold stretch where he had 4 or 5 games, kind of 4 games hitless, but you really need somebody to get consistent in this lineup, say, other than Rafaela Abreu Contreras. Durant having his moments, and he just continues to stay on the baseball and drive it in the air and the gaps. Get a lot of extra base hits.
So he's 3 for 4. Now Marcelo Meyer is 1 for 3. And for a guy who was feeling lousy getting off the plane earlier today, who was not expected to play tonight, he was not in the original starting lineup. He could have one of the best nights of his young major league career if he drives in another run. He has a 2-run single already tonight and has been outstanding defensively. Red Sox with 9 hits. Most of those against Castillo since he came on in the 6th inning.
As I said, sometimes when you're struggling, you know, after games, you go home, you think about it. You wake up, you think about it. On the way to the ballpark, you think about it. You try to find solutions on an iPad, in the cage, off the tee, during BP, and you're just constantly thinking about it.
Into left field, driving back Joe, and reaches up. He can't get it. It's over his head. Another run will score. Meyer into 2nd. Red Sox lead it 6-0.
But when a half hour before the game they tell you you're playing, you don't think about it. You just go up there and hit. This is a hit that we haven't seen much from him, other than maybe in Cincinnati on the opening weekend. Taking a fastball the other way and driving it to left center or left field, using the other way. It's been pull happy out in front of off speeds. That's a good sign there from Marcelo.
It's a good night. 3 runs batted in. Joe getting back there. Couldn't haul it in. Marcelo benefits. Red Sox keep on adding on. 10 hits for Boston. Now Baez with an RBI chance. He's already driven in 1 with a sac fly tonight. That was in that 7th inning when the Red Sox got 4. Sellout crowd of over 45,000 for the baseball game. Obviously the soccer match sold out. Great sports day and night in the city of Seattle. Here's the 1-1.
Front shoulder just a little quick with Narvaez right now. He's at his best when he takes that pitch and lines it to right field, right center. Short and quick.
2 down, a man at second, and a 1-2. A tip of the cap to Narvaez and the work he did with Ranger Suarez. Those guys were in lockstep again. Not the first time. Ranger went 6 2/3, gave up 1 hit. And Narvaez behind the plate guiding him through it. And it is noticeable when Narvaez is catching, the tempo is so good with Ranger.
The pace. We're on the same page. Shaking 1. We know exactly what you want to go to.
2-2. Fly ball center field. Rodriguez there to put that away. Red Sox with a couple of doubles. Big night for Marcelo Myers. 6-0. What a day here in Seattle. This was the flyover at the soccer stadium moments before the United States took to the field to defeat Australia 2-0. The first goal was an own goal, but it was a great run by Team USA. They would add another one later. Really took great pride in their performance today as they have the first 2. And they are ready to win the group. What a run it's been for the United States, and soccer stadium right across the street. This has been a very busy town in the last 48 hours. And Tommy Kahnle was there and loved every second of it, as he told Jemai. Snagged a ticket and took in the match in person. Hottest ticket here, obviously, and one of the most important sporting events in a long time in the United States, quite frankly.
Yeah, he was into it and excited.
Cal Raleigh turning over to bat lefty. He's walked twice and struck out.
I'm impressed. Like, these guys have had a long day, right? You know that they have had a really long day. Probably started an hour or 2. This kid's already out. There's an hour or 2 before the game, probably 3 hours before the game.
Yep.
Surprised you're not seeing more people falling asleep.
Yeah. Well, you know, Will Fleming and I walked over from the hotel because we wanted to take it all in. Sam's Army and all the great costumes and everything. A little bounding ball behind first, but foul. And it was a young dad. He was probably this guy out on his chair.
He's sleeping. He's about to go to the guy on the left. He's gone and he's ready. He's done too.
No. I don't know if they're Sox fans or not. But the Australian guy in the middle is trying to keep him awake.
He's killing me.
2-2, fouled away.
I know that look.
Been there.
A long day.
Well, get home safely, sir.
Mouth's open.
Oh.
He's going out.
2-2 to Raleigh. He takes it in the dirt. He's a happy dude, though, you know?
Yep.
Guys are very, very happy.
His buddies are hanging in there a little bit better. I think.
He's okay.
An occasional yawn from the guy in the glasses.
Oh, he's wide awake. We get his buddy home safe. 3-2. He was a young dad. He was probably 25 years old. He had 2 little boys. They were like 4 years old. Had one on each hand. It was terrific. The kids were all dressed up and everything, but the dad had a USA red, white, and blue onesie on for everyone to see. It was really cute, actually, but it didn't really fit very properly. He said he had kind of outgrown it.
Yeah.
It's going to be ball 4. But he was out representing over at the match today.
But what a unique sporting event, right? To go to. Go to the sports we have in this country, but a World Cup event here in America. Bring your how old were the kids? Old enough to maybe remember it someday?
I think so, like 4 or 5 years old. Saw a lot of kids over there. Randy Arozarena plays for the Mariners. He was there. He had his beautiful little daughter. She's like 3.5. And I think families want to do that because it's history.
Sure.
And even if they don't remember everything, it's like you were there when the United States defeated Australia. Swinging a high fly by Rodriguez. That is deep. Racing back, Cedon scaling the wall, but it's gone. So they break through. They get on the scoreboard here in the 9th inning. That's a 2-run homer. Julio Rodriguez with his 14th of the year. And it breaks up the shutout bid at 6-2.
You mentioned it. More than any team in baseball, highest percentage of runs scored via the home run, just under 51%. Julio gets this one. Cedon gives it a bid.
Yeah, Rodriguez hit 32 last year. Give him 14 this season. And here's Naylor. Naylor, the guy who broke up the no-hit bid by Suarez with 1 down in the 7th. Rodriguez has the trident. So Toronto with the home run jacket. These guys hoist up the trident. Here's the 0-1. And that's high on Naylor. So a walk, a 2-run homer. Naylor has hit 8. Before the double, he struck out and lined out to second. A comebacker. Canley will snatch that and get the out. First out here in the 9th. Canzone will be next, the right fielder.
Well, Tommy's job right now is to keep the big fella out there in that bullpen just throwing nice and easy, right? Chapman's up. Hasn't been used much. But you never know. Didn't need him yesterday. If you got to bring him in today, it probably makes him unavailable tomorrow. So this is how one game can affect the next. You keep him right there. You got him tomorrow if you need him.
Red Sox are 28-0 when leading after 8. This has been a season of bizarre statistics.
Very extreme.
Very extreme with the Red Sox. There's been a lot of them around baseball, but particularly the Red Sox. Fly down the left field line. Duran sprinting for that, and it's off into the stands.
I was talking to the TV guys with the Mariners, and I was telling them about this team. We know the numbers, right? They're 1-40 when they trail by 2 runs at any or more at any point of a game. They thought I was lying to them.
Yeah.
They didn't literally. They just didn't believe it. Like, oh, it's a fact.
We've been living it.
0-32 down 3. So there's just extreme numbers everywhere. Not all of them good.
Cut on and miss. Canzone down Hacken. Red Sox 1 out away from wrapping up a victory here in Seattle. The elusive 30th would also snap a 4-game skid. And it'll be Cole Young who has grounded out 2 times and taken ball 4. And Canely delivers a strike. They're going to challenge it.
Pretty good. See if it was just off. Nope.
It's a strike.
Just barely got it right.
But confirmed. So 0-1 on Young. Nobody aboard. 2 down, bottom of the 9th. 2 strikes on the hitter. Tomorrow night 10-10. Another late start here on the West Coast. It'll be Connolly early against Emerson Hancock, who's a right-hander. And then Sunday at 4:10, Peyton Tolley has the ball. And popped up. That should end it. Contreras in. First baseman with the catch. And the Red Sox snap a 4-game losing skid. And they win this one 6-2. Rangers Suarez just terrific over 6 2/3. He gets the win.
That's a good win for this team. Listen, I know what the record is, but this is a good W for the Boston Red Sox. Ranger was absolutely fantastic. Justin Slayton with a huge strikeout there in that 7th inning. And the bats woke up in the 7th. Marcelo Meyer, big night from him as well. This is a good W for this team.
So feeling a whole lot better. This Red Sox win presented by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. And stay tuned for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. TC and Lenny are up late. They break down the big moments. Plus, Jemai will chat with Carlos Narvaez. That and more coming up after the break.